Right, round 7, back after the bye and ready to rumble halfway through officially now. So everyone's played everyone. First game of the round was Vixens v Fever. And look, I don't know who would have picked that. Because
that was an upset.
Even if you're a Vixen fan, you probably didn't think that they were going to win by that much. They didn't ever give the Fever an opportunity to get into the game. They just were never allowed to play well. Our favourites Bruce and Francis just looked a bit off.
They were giving away a lot of silly errors and making lots of silly mistakes. Things like taking too long on the centre pass.
Yes. Delaying play during a timeout. They didn't come back in court. The injury timeout confusion.
Bufana, the Vixens totally capitalised on that. But in saying that, they were playing basic netball really well. They
played so well. That mid-court, and it just dominated against that young Fever team.
Yeah.
So Maloney, Watson, Ingalls they just made it impossible for the Fever to get anywhere near the circle edge. So they were throwing lots of long bombs into Fowler from way outside the circle edge.
And it wasn't working.
They couldn't penetrate the circle edge. That defensive, Maloney, Ingalls, Weston worked so hard to drive Medhurst out as far away from that circle edge, and they just couldn't get close to the circle edge. Medhurst had to come out to feed into Fowler, did those long bombs, and Mannix is too good a keeper to, and she took.
And she took a lot of intercepts. She read a lot of those long bombs going into Fowler and managed to pick them off. So, we talked really early on in the season about, what's the answer to Fowler? It's going to be so hard to defend against. So, we've now seen the Firebirds come up with an answer. And also the Vixens.
Yeah. It's a really strong mid-court, isn't it? And,
it is, yeah.
And I don't know I don't know if they do have a plan B because they brought Medhurst out into wing attack.
Yeah, so that was really interesting. Medhurst only put up one shot.
Yeah.
And she was a third feeder, like we always talk about. She was definitely that on the weekend, but they were struggling, and so then they pulled her out and actually made her the wing attack and brought Stanton on.
Yes, who shot relatively well. I mean, that added height was beneficial, and they did win the third quarter. That second quarter by the Vixens was absolutely unbelievable. 26-13 for a quarter of netball. At halftime, the score was 43-27. That's like a normal netball game.
Yeah.
That attack end for the Vixens just worked so quickly, and then boom into those bomb shooters of Phillip and Kumwenda. That moving circle.
Yeah. And, I mean, Kumwenda, so graceful. And they just pop the ball up in the air and she just pops out her arm and pulls them in from everywhere. She does go-go gadget arms. It's just like, there's the ball, boom, there's her arm, shot in. I mean, what about that hair that she was catching? That deserved
what about your
MVP
hair? Come on.
as well.
Let's talk about
mine's a bit tame at the moment, but it wasn't before.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
So
she
should have got MVP for the hair, really.
Yeah, that's what I reckon. She was repping old school styles.
Oh yeah, it was. I mean, Fowler and Aiken, you better step up the hair game because
put the challenge out there.
Yeah, Kumwenda's just
the fro challenge.
The fro, it was great. Next game of the weekend, Giants v Magpies.
This was a hard one for us, wasn't it? Because
my
second team and
my second team, Giants,
and my second team is Magpies. So
and they got up. So
yeah, but the Magpies were up for most of the game. Are you listening to me?
We are
the Magpies were up for most of the game, and that's probably their first
Here come
solid.
The Giants.
That's probably their first solid half a game of this season because they managed to dominate.
Except against the Firebirds when they won. Yeah.
The Thunderbirds.
And Firebirds.
Oh, yes, that's right. Yeah. Yes. Shea Brown played centre. Played really well.
Again.
Yeah, for the first half.
I think she made the difference. She's not afraid to pass to Bell. Yeah. She's got good combinations with the other mid-quarters. Maddie Robinson fed really well again. Yeah. She really stepped up. Brandley and Shani Layton. Brandley did look really good because Hutton was playing goal attack. Yeah. And Brandley got quite a few intercepts, made her life difficult.
Yeah.
They had to bring Chrissy Bryce on.
Yeah.
And Susan Pettit went into goal attack and Hutton came off.
Yeah, and at one stage there, Harden looked very a little bit scattered. She was like trying to drive the baseline, that wasn't working. Then she was pulling out of the circle, and then she couldn't find her way back into the circle.
They couldn't find a lot of space, could they? They were just moving, and there was just there were no options, and that's why they lost so many balls. The Giants felt like they looked so scrappy in that first half. It just did not look like them at all. I said that they were throwing balls to Neville nobody.
Yeah, I was like, Neville who?
Yeah, he doesn't exist. Yeah, but they cleaned it up in that second half, and it was that mid-court of Price, of Guthrie and Green that really calmed it down and really gave them some structure and made the difference. Speaking of defenders, Beck Bully silenced Erin Bell.
She had a great game once again, doing it for the mums. Love it. Love Beck Bully.
And Erin Bell really was the difference against the Firebirds game. She really came into it and shot so many goals. But Beck Bully just completely shut her down.
She did.
Her work rate off in out of the circle made it really difficult for Erin Bell to get in, and she just didn't have any confidence on that shot because of the pressure on defence. Third game of the weekend, Firebirds v Thunder, and the Birdies went down to Adelaide and said, we want 8 points, and they've come away with them.
Purple v pink.
Tippett and Aiken had their normal, brilliant game with who was going to take the shots.
Winning combination that seems to just really improve week in, week out.
Yep, changing it
up.
The 1-2 plays.
Yep, Dee Dee's now doing those ones as well.
The layups.
Yep.
Dee Dee was shooting from way out of range. She was taking some mid-range balls and they were going in, so good on her.
That was good. Maybe she took our advice because remember how we were saying she's right on and then she keeps passing out and out and in. So
just put them up.
Yeah, just put them up. Just put them up, Dee Dee's. Just do it.
I think that was the difference. De Bruyn and Shimo just really didn't have an answer. Shimo played well. But she was up against Romelda Aiken. Yeah. She was playing goalkeeper, so that height difference is like David and Goliath. Again.
Yeah.
So, if I'm out there shooting and you're trying to defend me, good luck, really.
Listen to you.
You know?
Yeah. You did a shimo today on the court, actually. You did a shimo. You did 2 shimos, yeah. One actually worked.
Yeah, just one. Well, Shimo did a couple of on Romelda Aiken, took some of those intercepts on the shot, with arms up. Aiken would easily be about 7 foot, and Shimo uses that double jump, times it so perfectly, and took 2 intercepts on the shot. Brilliant. But Tippett was outstanding again. 20 from 21 goals, huge work rate. Passing in and out, taking lots of centre pass receives.
And also working on that transverse line as well when the defenders pick up something and it's coming back down the attacking end. Yes. She's hanging around there as well, waiting for something.
Charlie Hodges is back from her concussion, which she almost got today.
Yeah, that's right.
Do you want to tell your fans?
I've had a little bit of a head injury today that I sustained. Not on the netball court, actually. It was while I was purchasing a coffee at the shop. I turned around and hit into a metal post. But anyway,
Charlie Hodges back from her concussion. No excuses for Saturday, Sam. I don't want you to be using concussion as an excuse. Because she came on and rocked it. She played really well. Went to post lots, just put up lots of shots.
Yep.
Because she had to. Because Guides was all over Nelson like a rash.
Like a rash.
The commentators made a statement about the fact that she gives away too much space. So when she's holding, as we know, you need to show the feeder where the space is. And so she comes off the body too early. And so, she's been taken away from the player, gives the player some space to defend in. But then she's also moving away from the post. So then she refeeds, or then she has to shoot from far out, and she misses the shot.
Yeah.
And with Guides, that's a rookie error.
Yeah, because she'll capitalise on that.
Exciting news for fans of the Thunderbirds. Kath Tuvati had her first A&L run on the weekend.
Okay.
So she's back from injury. Potentially, hopefully she'll be back in court soon. Last game of the round, Swifts v Lightning.
So Swifts won.
Like you're surprised by that?
Yeah, well I am because...
What have I been saying all season? What have I been saying?
It was a very close game because Lightning came very close and then were up in the third quarter but didn't make the cut to the end. And when you watch the game, if you were to put your hand over the score, it actually looked like Lightning would be in the lead because the way that they were moving the ball down the court was very fluent. It was very clean, but they just missed a few crucial shots. So it was a tough game, but luckily for the Swifts, they managed to get that enough ahead at the beginning to sort of make it through to the end and take away with the win. You know, Jiva and Pretorius once again just had just a solid game in defence down there. Sam Wallace looked like she was a little bit rattled by Jeeves, as Jeeves does. Yeah, because Jeeves just likes to get a touch on the ball all the time and, you know, really messes with you. Helen Speed. Still doing her usual, feeding really well into the circle, working around from the outside and then moving the ball in. Maddie Proud had an awesome game. Really solid game. She was really the difference, I think, because in that mid-court because like I said, there was a lot of scrappy play, but she was the only one that sort of...
she settled it down.
Yeah, settled it down, solidified it.
Well, Kate Eddy looked like she just was in everything. She had some tips. She was playing well as goal defence and then as wing defence.
Yeah, really putting pressure on the girls as they're feeding into the circle.
Yeah. Alrighty, so as we said, we're halfway through the season. Every team has played everyone now.
So we've got a really good idea of where the strengths and where the weaknesses are. At the beginning of the season, we sort of...
made some predictions,
We did make some predictions,
yes.
So let's just revisit them and reflect. I think both of us kind of thought that Lightning
and Giants.
Lightning and Giants would really be the top two teams, but...
Saying, who's your pick for finals?
It's going to be a Lightning Maggies final.
I agree. I think the Magpies will be there. And
totally agree.
I can't go past the Giants. Firebirds /Swifts/Fever.
So Giants Lightning, final. Maggies, Giants, Birdie.
Swifts.
No, there's Fever. Too many. Like Fever have come from nowhere. They've come to the top. They've made their presence really known in the first 4 weeks. It was very strong. Everyone was like...
unbeatable. No team's going to beat
them. How are you going to beat them? And then Firebirds came through with the goods.
And Vixens this
week. So Zach, what do you think would be your prediction playoffs?
Well, if we look at the ladder currently, it's Fever, Giants, Firebirds, Swifts. I think... Giants and Fever are definitely going to be there, and I think it's whoever can pull it together in that last half of the season to get enough wins on the board and win those bonus points, which are becoming valuable.
Very valuable.
If you look at the Firebirds, they've actually had one less win than the Swifts, but it's those bonus points that have helped them out. And
creep up that ladder.
Yeah, and they're in third as opposed to the Swifts are in fourth. So I'm going to go that the Fever is still there, that the Giants are there. It's hard to go past the Vixens. I think the Vixens will sneak in, and I'm going to be purple proud and say the Firebirds. But I know at the beginning of the season I did say the Swifts because they're my new Vixens.
Yeah. So basically just going back on everything that you've said. From the beginning of the season. Because now you're going, you can't beat it's hard to not have the Vixens in there.
I think that the challenge of the Swifts is because they are so unconventional, that are they going to have it when it comes to crunch time and when it comes to those tight games where it's like, this is to get into the finals, are they going to do it?
I'm still a tiny bit agitated because I feel like you are now putting the Vixens above the Swifts. After you've spent this whole 7 rounds going, Swifts are my new Vixens, # Swifts are my new Vixens.
Okay.
So you've literally just gone, Swifts, Vixens, Vixens, Swifts.
Can we just take a moment to think about how many times I have loved Lizzie Watson and put her in my top, so it's not like I don't love the Vixens.
I know, but you sort of have forgone them for the Swifts, and now you're just like, Vixens.
Nah, Vixens, top 4, finished, done.
Okay, I definitely think Fever and Giants are in the top 4. I think both of those teams are strong enough to sustain where they are right now. Look, # we are purple, like purple heart, fuel, fire, ignite, all the way. Those ladies, I'm behind them 110%. They're definitely in my top 4. It's really about who is my 4th team. I'm so up in the air about my 4th team.
Pick a 4th team.
It's too hard.
Number 4 is.
Do I go with Lightning because they're the other Queensland team? Do I go with the Magpies because some of my ultra favourites are in there and I wanted to be, their supporter since they came into the game?
Magpies have too much work to do. No.
Shush. Or do I go with the Vixens because I also feel like they're a bit hard done by because they're always just there.
Or do you go for the Swifts because they're your new Vixens?
No, because that's your team. They're not making the cut.
Sam's
my
4th team is. Drumroll, please.
Collingwood. Lightning.
What? Oh, I thought you said Collingwood. No, make a decision.
Vixens. Collingwood.
1, 2,
Vixens.
3.
Collingwood.
Next team you say is.
Lightning.
Okay, there it is. Finally, only took half an hour.
Oh, but I'll probably change my mind.
No, Lightning.
Well, you change your mind all the time about Swifts and Vixens like your underwear, so I should be allowed to do the same. Tips
for next week. So would like to say that I did tip the Swifts, so therefore I think I got 3, you got 2. What's happening next round? Still on top. Here we go.
Okay, this is going to be it's going to be a hard game to watch because it's Fever versus Thunderbirds. It's top and bottom.
Okay, Fever are going to win.
Yeah, Fever.
Take 8 points away.
Oh, the Thunderbirds, I feel for them. Collingwood and Vixens. Maybe that could have helped my decision. No. I should have made that call after watching this week's game.
Vixens.
Yeah, okay, Vixens.
Firebirds Swifts in Brizzy. Firebirds.
Well, Firebirds, yeah.
And Lightning v Giants.
Lightning v Giants. Oh my god, that one's going to be so hard as well. I'm going to go Giants.
Yes.
Yeah. I just wanted to give a shout out to Lisa Alexander, and if you're not too sure who that is, she's the coach of our Australian Diamonds team. If you've got some spare time, I would really recommend you going on this website called Player's Voice. So she talks about being a young mum, and it's really inspiring as a female who is also a mum. There are lots of mums in the Suncorp Super Netball, and each week I think it's so great that they're out there and they're working hard, and they are given the opportunity to be playing professional sport like everyone else, including those males who are also dads out there whose sporting career isn't compromised with being a full-time carer.
Fantasy time! Right, goal shooter.
Yep.
I obviously had Comwinder. Oh, no, that's probably not obvious, but she played a great game. Goal attack, Gretel Tippett. Wing attack, who else but Lizzie Watson?
Stop looking at mine.
Centre, I decided to go with Maddie Proud. Wing defence this week, I've changed it up. I've gone at Mum. I've got a mum's team. Renee Ingalls. I've got Renee Ingalls. I've got a mum's team.
You just gave it away.
Goal defence is Beck Bully. I'm on a Beck Bully high the last few weeks. It's just been Beck Bully.
Yeah.
Goalkeeper, and then was Emily Mannix, just for an outstanding game against the Fowls.
Yeah. So I've also gone with Kumwenda as shooter because outstanding. Plus, love the hair.
Yeah.
Rocking it. Gretel for goal attack again as well. She's on fire for the Firebirds. This girl is on fire!
That's it.
Yeah. I've gone for Watson in wing attack as well because she just had an amazing game. And Maloney in centre because the two of them were like, Watson, Maloney, Watson, Maloney, Watson, Maloney.
True. Good
They're
combo.
so good. I've gone with Eddie at wing defence. Yeah, Eddie. Yeah, because she had a solid game. Beck Bully was a good choice. I probably should have gone her, but I went with Pretoria. You need to set. And I've also gone with Emily Mannix at goalkeeper because she also had a great game as well.
Tough to go past.
It's a bit of a Vixens.
It's a purple, but different purple, really. It's like that.
Field game. Found the time for me.
So, before hashtag with Harton, Where bit of a shout out to Ashley Sinclair, who sent through some pics of her own #WithHutton. She's been getting some pics.
We're hell gel, aren't we?
We are so gel.
Because we are still trying to get those pics. Desperado.
Joe, we'll be there at the Brisbane game. Just look out for us.
You can't miss us.
So, get ready. Done. Alright. Chat with your friends, chat with your mates, and have some netball chat. Because
netball chat.
Spread the words.
Yeah, because that's, spread the word, netball chat, #wake up netball, watch some netball, have a chat, watch some more.
So that was another netball chat.
Another week with
Sam
and Zach.
Sawyer! Whose trail are you?
I really don't know. I've never been on that trail. I love that trail.
I've had a moment. It's on that train, not on that trail.
Okay, on that track.
I really like her.
How do you say it? Clown.
Without the end. Clow. Yeah.
Clow. It reminds me of like a clog.
Reminds me of cow.
Clown. Yeah. Sometimes I get worried. Like, I don't want to say a name because I think I'm going to mispronounce it.
Like, Pretorius.
Pretorius.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Pretorius.
Well.
Pretorius.
Sometimes you say Pretorius.
I also get worried. Well, why can't we just go back to Monsart?
Mostart. That's why we can't go back.
Who else is there? There's a few. Manua.
Yeah. Manua. Cow manure.
But no, it's because I'm like
Manua.
Christiana.
Yeah,
Manua.
you can't even get the first name right.
Christiana. Christiana Manua.
We just need to have a week where I give you the names of players and you have to say them correctly. That would be a fun one, wouldn't it, guys?
I can say Joe Harton.
Joe Harton, that's a good one. Kim Green.
Paige Hadley.
Maddie Proud. Romelda Aiken, just because she's from the Firebirds, like him.
Romelda Aiken, yeah.
Deeds. Just call it DD.
DDs.
Fine.
Yeah.